Ms. Randall.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm going to start by reiterating the fact that this policy is unconstitutional. It was proven unconstitutional and struck down by the Supreme Court when the Trump administration attempted to do this exact thing in Trump's first term. They wanted to erase undocumented people and non-citizens from the census, from our communities, from the requirement that we fund and represent all of our constituents as laid out in the Constitution. And the Supreme Court struck that attempt down. Why would we waste our time trying again? Why would we waste our time trying to pass an unconstitutional policy that is clearly unconstitutional, that is clearly trying to erase the existence of people who are simply here in this country? We can argue immigration policy. We can argue whether we should have more robust asylum processes, paths to citizenship. You know, just yesterday, Secretary Noem suggested a 100% travel ban. No one from any other nation should enter this country. I think it's clear what this administration wants to do to erase people, to deport people to countries they didn't even come from, to attack the Constitution, and to use every tool possible to consolidate power, just as my colleague from Arizona said, so that more Republicans can win. We don't just get to play with the Constitution like that. And I am baffled so often in this job because the Republican Party that I grew up with, the role models that I knew in my community, my dad, my faith leaders, folks that I served with in the legislature, Republican members believed so strongly in the Constitution, in the amendments as laid out, in the importance of this document to guide our country forward. And what I hear every day is an attempt to attack and tear down this document that helped craft and stabilize our country since its beginning. It's just not true, Mr. Chair, that adding a citizenship question to the census would not scare anyone. We know that folks in mixed status families where one is a citizen and one is not, where someone has legal status or someone does not have legal status, those families are much less likely to fill out the census because of their fear. And their fear is warranted because every day across the country, we are seeing folks rounded up on the streets, detained for sometimes hundreds of days, deported to not their country of origin. Some of these people who are US citizens themselves, many of them who have protective status, many of them who have green cards. I have visited with detainees in facilities in my district, and Mr. Frost is right. The American people are against this president's administration policy, this attack on our immigrant community at higher rates than they have ever been before. They believe that Democrats care about people, and that is what we are here to do. We're here to fight for every single person who lives in our country, to make sure they have fair representation, and to make sure that we are funding our states adequately. We're not here to try and rig elections so that more Republicans win. Mr. Chair, I yield back.
Yields back. Chair recognizes Mr. Crane from Arizona.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My colleague just said we're not here to rig elections to make sure that Republicans win more elections. That's exactly what you guys are trying to do. You guys are trying to rig elections. You guys in the last administration let in between 10 to 15 million illegal aliens. I also want to point out that you guys keep referencing the Constitution. I got some Constitution for you. How about Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution? It requires that the federal government protect each state from invasion. That's something clearly you guys did not do while you had the presidency. And now that we have these millions of illegal aliens in this country, we're just simply asking that we put a question on the census, are you an American citizen? And of course you guys don't want to do that, because you know that if we do that and the American people find out exactly how many illegal aliens are in this country and voting, they're going to be as appalled as we see each and every day. And you guys don't want that. And they're not allowed to vote. And you guys try and block every single effort that we make in this House to stop illegal aliens from voting. You guys blocked the SAVE Act as well. That's exactly what this is. You guys are trying to rig elections, and we're trying to stop it. And we're not going to apologize for it. So I'm in full support of this bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Would the gentleman yield? Would the gentleman yield to me?
Yeah, I would yield to Mr. Biggs.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we just heard reference to the Supreme Court